Hey y'all, my name is Holly. Welcome back to my channel. If I'm being quite honest with you guys, it has been crazy over here in our home the last few weeks. I have been changing up so much stuff. If you watched my video from last week, you heard of all the ideas and plans. I have been getting ready to change out, and I have been getting those transitioned over, I would say, pretty fast. So I have barely felt like putting myself together these last few days, just because I have been up going, trying to find the pieces that I wanted to change out, going to the thrift store to look for the items. Like, it's never just as easy as snapping your finger and finding what you're wanting. Sadly, in this video, it is not going to be completed because I told y'all, because if you remember watching last week's, and you know that I told y'all that I wanted to change out my dining room table, and I have the table, I just have to paint it white, and I haven't found the chairs yet. But I'll show you what I'm kind of going for and the table that I found. All that being said, I guess we'll go ahead and get started, and I'll start showing you some of the things that I was ready to change out and kind of freshen up our home with. Some of them are things that I have already had, and some of the things are, I've kind of had them for a while, so I was ready to get rid of, and kind of bringing some older pieces back to life with a fresh coat of paint. So I am excited to share with y'all this little decorating adventure with us. I'm gonna give y'all one last good look of the foyer before we bring the piano in and make the swap and the transition. Last look of the table. Look at all the potatoes that we dug up from the garden. But this is the last look for the dining room table in this area before I swap it over. We have boots at the door. It's messy right now. One last look at the beautiful little cabinet that I'm pretty sad to get rid of, but I'm ready to have something new there. One last look at it, because that one will be gone. That and the table. They will be out of our house. And then also one last look at this cabinet right here. So we're doing a lot of switching around today. So y'all tell those pieces goodbye, and let's move the new pieces in. It's a little dark here in the basement, but I was gonna show y'all this piano. I kind of wish I would have showed y'all the before and what they did. I'm using some thieves cleaner to clean it right now, but they have completely gutted this piano. I'm just gonna be using this for decorative purposes. It didn't play anyway. This is something that I got for free from a family friend, and I've had it for forever. Here's some of the guts that came out of it. And here is the other guts. This is what was so heavy. It was massive. So we took that out so it'd be easier to carry. And now I'm using this Thieves household cleaner. It's all natural, plant-based, and I don't have to worry about it hurting my lungs as I'm trying to clean. And no toxins or fumes or anything like that in it. I just put a capful in this bucket, and I'm using this rag to wipe it down really good. And then we're gonna take it home. Well, actually, Drew's gonna add a little bit more framework to the back so it doesn't fall apart whenever we carry it in. And it's gonna go in my foyer, but I just wanted to show y'all what we were doing. It fit in here. It's all cleaned up, but it's got to have a really good fresh coat of paint on it because it looks ugly. Drew said, I cannot believe you're putting this in here. It is horrific. He thinks it is the most ugliest thing ever. And then I'm getting rid of a beautiful foyer piece for this, but I'm about to show him. This is the paint that I'm going to use, the chalk paint, and it's just a white tint, and it's matte. I'm not really picky with my chalk paints. I'll grab anything. Or I'll just grab any kind of white paint and then throw plaster of Paris in there with a little bit of water and mix it up. Again, I'm just not too picky with it. I used to be, but I'm not anymore. So this is what I'm gonna use. I think I got it either at Lowe's or Home Depot. So you can see how bad this thing needs a coat, a fresh new coat. I thought I was gonna do it black, but then a lot of people on Instagram told me that it would clash with the black right here. It would be too much black. So we're gonna paint it white. This is the first coat, but I did not realize how off-white this was until I started putting this bright white on it. And I used to paint everything in this color from Home Depot called Ivory Lace, I believe. And it was just kind of more of an off-white. And now I'm starting to love just painting everything bright white. It just makes it look so crisp and clean. I just like it so much more. So I am an all-white kind of girl now, not any cream anymore. Gotta put some more coats on it, but the first coat is on. Well, I'm working on the keys now. So what happened was I did paint this piano years ago. This came from the family's home, like I told y'all, and it was like this cherry, dark cherry color. And I wanted it, I guess, the off-white. It didn't fit in the house where Drew and I used to live. I had it pictured on this wall and it wouldn't fit. So it's been in the basement for years. Well, whenever Addison and I originally painted it, We didn't do that great of a job. And then there's stickers right here. So I am going to use my lemon essential oil to try to get all this off because this stuff is amazing. You can use lemon essential oil for all kinds of things, but it's also amazing for some craft work like this. Okay, so what I did is I just dropped a little bit on each key that had this sticker on it, and then I put some on my cotton ball too. And I'm probably just gonna do like this, let it soak for a second, and then I'll go back through and it will peel right off. This stuff is so strong. That made a big difference. So I ended up getting all the stickers off, and then the paint up there, I used the lemon too, and then I just hurried up and used this little screwdriver to get it all off. And then I thought it needed just an extra little coat of paint because the keys were so faded and some of the white was still there where it had smeared from the other paint. So I just gave it a little bit of a touch up with the black. And I know you are thinking this piano is still ugly, but let's keep working. Okay, it is finished. I'm through painting it. I gotta let it dry, but the top is completely dry, so we're gonna go ahead and start decorating it. I've got my little stool here. If y'all remember it, it used to be at the end of our bed in our guest bedroom. So I went ahead and painted it, and I'm gonna recover it also. I am gonna show y'all what I started out with on top of the piano. So I put this clock. I was so hoping that it fit. This came from Old Town Market, and it was a sweet gift from the owner there, Wendy, and I just loved it. So I was hoping that it would fit on top of the piano, wouldn't be too tall, and it fits perfectly. And then also this lamp that I purchased at the thrift store, and I had to buy a new shade for it. So I started out with those because I knew I wanted that on top of the piano. And then down here on the bottom, I have this little bench that I thought I was gonna recover, but I had this fur rug, and instead of putting it under the piano, I thought it'd be pretty draped over the stool. So I think that turned out so pretty. So now we are gonna start decorating the top. Here is the final look of the piano before we deck it all out for my patriotic decor. So this is just a simple little spring summer look. And I love this little piece. I've had it in my foyer for years. It was a gift from our nanny, and it's such a sweet little piece to me. And then eventually, I gotta find it. I know I have one. Addison gave us one for Christmas, but I misplaced it. So what I want to do is get like a Hey Google thing to put in the side of the piano because it's hollow in there, and have it plugged up so I can say, Hey Google, play piano Christmas music or piano spring music, and so it sounds like the piano is being played in here. Instead of getting the real big expensive pianos that actually the keys play and it has a little scrolly thing in it, you know what I'm talking about? Those are really fancy. So I thought I would just kind of DIY my own. So hopefully I will find that thing soon because that was the whole big exciting plan that I had to complete this little foyer area. So let me know in the comments below, which piece do you like better, the piano or the foyer table? Now you're probably wondering where my foyer table went, so let's just scroll over here. Ta-da! It's behind the couch. So I have it already decorated because this is how it was whenever I did my summer home tour. I just strictly moved it all over here except for I changed out, I put the lamp that was here on top of the piano, and then I ended up adding this little piece over here behind the table also. So this is kind of my like coastal themed area back behind my couch. If you missed that video on how I decorated it and a closer up look, then you can check it out on my summer home tour. But I just thought that that was really pretty behind my couch for now. I'll insert a clip right here on what I wanted for behind my couch, but it got sold, and so I'm looking for a piece like this. I think I really want like a piece of black distressed furniture, but I'll talk more about that in a second. Let's scroll over here to the dining room table. Ta-da! It's the same. So here is the clip of what I want our dining room table and chairs to look like, and I have the table. So I'll insert a clip of the table in here also. I ended up buying this from my cousin, and I'm gonna just paint it and distress it white. So it'll be bright and white, and it's a lot bigger than this table. And I am having the hardest time looking for black chairs, which I've only been looking for about a week now, but usually I stumble up on things pretty fast. So I have this table up for sale right now on Facebook Marketplace, so I'm hoping that this sells soon so I can get my new table in here, because I'm going to paint it inside. I'm a very careful painter. A lot of you are probably thinking, do you put down anything, newspapers? I really don't. I use chalk paint, and our floors are like barnwood distressed, so all I have to do is scrape the paint off of it and it's good to go. So once I get this table sold, I'm going to be adding in the new table and painting it white. And actually, if this table sold today and all I had was the table in here right now, I would be perfectly happy with that. It just is one step closer to the goal. So I'm fine with not finding the chairs yet. I'm still on the lookout, but I haven't even sold this table yet. So one step at a time. But this, I told y'all I'm wanting to do a redo in the kitchen area, in the dining room area. So I wanted to give y'all a heads up of what was going on with the more black and white themed going on in here. And y'all just stay tuned for that for another video, because that didn't happen this video. I am so sorry. I tried my hardest to be able to get all of this done for you, but there's only so much I can do. I thought I'm just going to go ahead and share this video with y'all, because I have done a lot of changes anyway. So this will just be something we can all look forward to, is seeing the dining room update. And I guess I should tell y'all that this may take a while unless a miracle happens, because I have a lot on my plate. We have my birthday week coming up. I will be turning 30 June 18th, and then we are going to be heading to the beach that next week. So it might be a little while. I was hoping that it would be done before the patriotic home tour, but I just don't see that happening, like I said, unless a miracle happens. So if you see my patriotic home tour and I have my new dining room set up, then y'all can all give a big round of applause, because we got it done. I told you I was changing out more things to black and white. So I have bought these from Amazon for my kitchen, and they are just some black knobs. They look exactly like these, but they are black and not this stainless. And I love that look, but I think once I start, I think this is my plans. So I'm talking with y'all through this, so I hope this isn't boring you. So what I really want to do first is, before I mess with the piece behind the couch and putting the new black knobs on our cabinets, I really want to get our dining room table set up, and then get some of the features on the buffet painted black, get these brackets up here painted black, just add in a lot more black and white instead of all of this brown over here, which I love this, I honestly do. I'm just ready for a change. So once I get a lot of black and white incorporated over here, then that is going to be able to help me make the decision on if I want to find this piece and just a solid piece like this one. But my only thoughts are, I do love this piece. Drew loves this piece, and I love how it has the two shelves where I can put my dough bowl up under there, because I do love that. On this new piece that I'm kind of looking at, it has more storage, which I'm really excited about, and I'll show you about why I need more storage in a second. Part of me is like, do I want more storage, or do I want to have this dough bowl to be able to have the perfect spot to be able to be displayed all the time? I know I could paint that piece black. I just don't know if I want to do that or not. So what we're going to do is finish the dining room area first, and then see if I want to find a black distressed piece for there, and if I want to put the black knobs on the cabinet. So it's kind of a one step at a time kind of process to see what I want to do. Y'all let me know your thoughts down below. I love hearing from y'all. It helps me to kind of decide what I want to do. In the end, I will make, you know, my final decision on what's going to be more pleasing to me and work best for us, but y'all's thoughts and comments really do help me. Okay, the next piece, drum roll please. Here we go. Oh, isn't it so beautiful? Y'all, I have wanted a piece like this for so long, and I'm so excited that we finally have one in our home. And I just feel like the camera just doesn't even do it justice. It is so big and massive, and it really draws your eye into the living room. It is just so beautiful. I am just obsessed with it. We're gonna get up a little closer to it and talk about the storage, why I wanted this. I wanted it not only for how big and beautiful and massive it was, I wanted it for the knobs that were on here. I have loved these little knobs and this hardware on these pieces. Originally, and I may do this at some point, I would love to paint this part black, spray paint it black, because I just feel like it would help draw in that black and white feature that I wanted to go for. And I didn't want this part to be gray, because again, I wanted to go for the more black and white themed. But this piece was such an amazing price. I was like, I could paint this thing later on if I needed to. So we shall see. Again, we're going to get the dining room completed, do the little transitions, and then see where I need to go from there. But for now, this piece is incredible. And a part of me does want to paint those knobs black, so I probably will do that at some point in my life. But this is a piece I do not think I will ever get rid of. It is awesome. So I'm going to show y'all what's in here and why I needed it, not only for how beautiful it was, or I wanted it for how beautiful it was, but I needed it for the story. So here we go. This is what all I put inside of it. I have been collecting so many books lately, and I have loved reading them, not having screen time, and just reading these little educational books. And so I needed a place to put them all. And so this is why I needed this piece. And the reason why I think that I need more storage behind the sofa is for all of this. So this is all games. We love playing board games and stuff like that. Some extra books. And this is Drew's Xbox. He rarely ever plays it. He will drag it out maybe 5 times a year, but he just likes to have it in case he gets bored on a rainy day, like he did this past weekend. He was on call, had to stay around the house, and it was pouring raining, so he brought the Xbox out. So all of that is pretty messy down here. So what I would really like is to be able to have, I think, the piece behind the couch to be able to put all of this kind of stuff, the gaming stuff. And then down here have more room for books and journals and that kind of thing. So, but I mean, it works down here because it stays closed. But I don't know, y'all are going to think I'm totally wacko, but I'm just such an OCD. I like everything organized and pretty. When I come in here to grab a book, I don't want to see the messiness down here. And it's not cohesive. It is not very pleasant to the eye. So that is the thoughts on why I want more storage. So we have up here, let's go to the very top, one of my potho plants, and then some old brass candlesticks that I found at a thrift store. And my potho is already, or I think it's a potho. It might be called, I think it's a, I can't remember. Pretty sure it's potho. But anyway, it's already trailing down, so I cannot wait for it to continue growing. And then I have all of my Bibles and books right here. I do have a dictionary on that side of the clock. And then over here, I have my Uli books. So all the things Young Living and Health and Wellness. And then all of this is gardening books. And then down here is everything by Joanna Gaines. So we have her magazines, her homebody, her cookbooks, their books that they've written. And then down here is some decorating books that I love picking up from the thrift store. Sometimes I just love flipping through a good magazine or decorative book instead of scrolling on Pinterest. So that helped organize everything and put all the books in one place, because y'all know I did have them scattered around. So I just love this piece. It's like one of my favorites. And I feel like I have like a little library book nook section, which I know I did with the other piece that was here, but I actually needed this other piece for the office. So let's go check out the office now. So I ended up putting this piece in my office, and the office is still such a mess. So I'm planning on some point doing another little office makeover with me. It'll just be little small touches, but this is what's in here for right now. And I love it. I didn't think I would love the dark with the wood and the wood, but I think that with them being 2 different wood colors, it works. And it has all of my little crafty supplies on it. So I ended up putting this plant in here, my old typewriter. This is some more Uli books. And then in here is some like craft supplies, like hot glue guns and things like that, staple guns. Down here we have lots of chalk. We have my paint brushes. We have some paint. And then we have markers. And then in this drawer we have all of my watercolor things. We have some journals. I just really needed a better place to store all of this and decorate it than what was here. And I'll show you what was here, but it's a mess right now. And then down here we have some more paintbrushes, a sewing kit, scrapbook paper, that kind of thing. So this kind of hides all of that. So it has more storage to like hide some of the not pretty items. So this is perfect for my little craft room. Y'all don't judge me. I didn't think I wanted to share with y'all this because it's not going to be cleaned up today. And I hate seeing videos where you see the mess and you don't see it cleaned up because it stresses me out. So I'm sorry for those of you that don't like seeing that, but then there's some of you that are gonna be like, I love seeing that you have a messy house and you're normal. So this is the piece that used to be over there, this little white shelf, and I just felt like it didn't hold much storage. I couldn't really hide away things, so I'm really pleased with swapping out that piece. I'm happy about that. So that piece is for sale, and I have sold this piece. Somebody's coming to pick it up today. So once I get all of this stuff kind of going, I gotta take those candlesticks back in that clock. And once I get these pieces kind of sold, then I can start working on the office more. But until then, we are just going to turn the lights off and shut the door. Hey friends, so I hope that y'all haven't enjoyed kind of decorating with me and seeing my new pieces of furniture and how I swap things out and revamp some pieces. Let me know what is your favorite thing that I did. And again, comment down below and help me out on what I need to do about this back piece behind the sofa. And I cannot wait to share with y'all the dining room area. That is one of the things that I was most excited to do. Well, really, I don't know. I was excited about all of them. I was excited about this new piece, changing out the foyer piece and putting that old piano that I finally got to use. And I am super thrilled about having the new storage in our office, and then also the idea of what is envisioned in my little brain about changing up the dining room area. So just a bunch of little updates here and there, and I have been so excited to share this with y'all. I hope that y'all enjoyed it. I hope that y'all enjoy these videos and planning with me. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoy these videos, kind of going through the process, or if you just like seeing like the big reveal and home tours. Hope that y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. As you are watching this video, my birthday is coming up on Friday. I told y'all I will be the big 30. My 20s are gone, so I can kiss them goodbye, and I guess we'll be heading into a new adventure on my 30s. So the next time that you see me, I guess that I will be over the hill. Y'all wish me luck, and I will see y'all on the next one. Bye y'all.